I have to tell you something that might surprise you. Leos are actually slow to warm up in love. Now, I put quotation marks around slow to warm up because I need to explain what I really mean. This is a key point you must understand if you want to win over a Leo. Without grasping this, you won't be able to experience a Leo's true love. Leo is one of the zodiac signs with the most clear-cut sense of love and hate. As a fire sign, Leos do give off a direct, passionate, and easily moved vibe. But the problem is they're also quick to cool off. So often that initial passion doesn't last long. To truly win over a Leo and let them into your heart, you have to slow things down and let things settle. The love that comes when a Leo is infatuated is not real love. Most of the time, it's just impulsive. If a Leo still loves you after they've calmed down, that is real love. Among the fire signs, Leo is a fixed sign. That means they have all the fire sign qualities: passion, vitality, drive, and a thirst for adventure, but also a fixed, sometimes even stubborn or obsessive nature. Leos are deeply concerned with how they feel to the point of obsession. That's where the famous Leo pride comes in. It's just one manifestation of that obsession. Leo's approach to love also comes from this obsessive self-focus. Their ego is massive. Their sense of self is incredibly strong, the strongest among all 12 signs. But this ego isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just how Leos think. They see the world through the lens of the self. And honestly, I think that's a great strength. People should have self-awareness. Leos place themselves at the center of their worldview, and the same goes for love. Love is my love, so it should revolve around me. They don't care too much about how others see or judge their relationship. This is also why they love so intensely or hate so clearly. There's no gray area. When a Leo falls in love with someone, even their partner's looks seem to change in their eyes. The more they look, the better they seem. This comes from Leo's strong self-belief. They trust their judgment wholeheartedly. But with any strength comes a potential downside. Leo's confidence can become overconfidence, even arrogance. So when someone disagrees with them, they often instinctively push back, eager to debate. Many people say Leos hate to admit they're wrong, but it's not that they refuse to admit it, it's that they genuinely don't believe they're wrong. It's all part of their internal logic, self-confidence turned into action. They'll defend their opinions fiercely and even suspect that someone who disagrees is trying to challenge or attack them. That's when they'll stand their ground even more. Now, Leos aren't bad at expressing themselves, but their communication style can be a bit problematic. They can make their points very clearly, but their tone often feels a bit sharp or confrontational. Why? Like I said, they see everything from their own perspective. Toa Leo, communication is simply about conveying their message and making sure they're understood. How they say it doesn't matter that much. Because of that, they sometimes overlook tone and delivery, which can make them sound a little cold or forceful. But the truth is, most Leos are upright, kind-hearted, and soft on the inside. They usually don't have bad intentions and won't attack others for no reason. Their blunt style just comes from how they see the world. For them, it's perfectly normal to say things directly and debate when needed. They don't think communication has to be gentle or graceful, just clear. However, from the other person's perspective, that tone might come off as angry or argumentative. That's how bad communication loops begin. And once things heat up, fire signs are quick to explode. So when a Leo says, "I'm just trying to explain," but the other person gets upset, they really do get mad, and then they spiral into real arguments. I described this whole dynamic to help you understand Leo's personality. It's simple and direct, with a youthful edge. I've talked about the youthful spirit of fire signs before. Aries has a childlike heart, Sagittarius remains young even after life experience, and Leo lives passionately on life's stage, forever shining bright. Leos are confident and full of conviction. They believe they can change the world and influence others. Yes, they can be a bit obsessive at times, but their passion is powerful, especially those with multiple Leo placements. They can feel almost fanatical. If you've ever been close to a Leo, you've probably felt their charm. They shine, they attract. Leos in leadership roles naturally inspire and lead others. The same goes for love. Their love is intense and sincere. Leos are firm in their choices. They don't just settle for whoever's available. They don't get into relationships out of loneliness. If they choose you, it's because they really want you. So when a Leo is in love, it's genuine, they won't fake it. But here comes the problem again. Why do I say Leo's love is slow to warm up? Because even though they may fall hard and fast, that initial rush isn't real love. It's an attempt to prove themselves right. Leo's self-confidence drives them to seek validation through action. When they like someone, they feel the urge to prove their judgment was correct. This becomes a desire to conquer. But the truth is, they're often acting blindly in this phase. They're just caught in their ego and desire, which can look a lot like infatuation. But that passion doesn't always hold up. Because like all relationships, early-stage love is between two ideal selves, both people presenting their best sides. The problem is, Leo's ideal self and real self are very similar. But other signs often show a big difference between their true and ideal selves. That's why, if a Leo rushes into a relationship, they may later realize, wait, this person isn't who I thought they were. Cue heartbreak. So winning a Leo isn't the hard part. Maintaining the relationship is. Once Leo loses that emotional spark, even 10 oxen can't pull them back. So if you want to build a relationship with a Leo, you must slow down. Don't rush into defining the relationship. Let the ambiguous phase stretch out. Experience life together. Give them time to see your authentic self. Don't let them fall in love with your rising sign. Let them love your sun and moon signs. Leos themselves also need to learn to resist impulsiveness, especially Leo women. Why do I say Leo women attract the wrong people? Because they're sincere and passionate, yet also obsessive. Once they fall, they dive in headfirst, without even knowing who the other person really is. So remember, only a settled Leo can offer true love. No matter how intense the infatuation, control yourself. Take the time to observe. Remember the phrase, liking is impulsive, but love is restraint. If a Leo is obsessed with you at first, don't rush to say yes. Make sure you both understand each other deeply before taking the next step. People say Leos are impatient, but I'll tell you this, if they're impatient, it just means they don't love you enough. The best way to test whether a Leo or any fire sign truly loves you is to see if they're patient with you. That's the key. Love is shown through contrast. If he's rough with everyone but gentle with you, that's love. If he treats everyone the same, it's probably not. So if a Leo confesses in a wave of passion and you accept right away, chances are, it won't end well. If you want a stable, lasting relationship with a Leo, you must control the tempo. Let their emotions settle. Give them space to think clearly. Once they truly understand you, once they've calmed down, then they'll know whether it's love or just infatuation. Leos are actually slow to warm up in love. And Leos, you need to do the same. Learn to distinguish between impulsive desire and genuine love. If you rush into things, you'll end up anxious, restless, and hurt. Don't force things. Let relationships unfold slowly. That's the sign of a mature Leo. And don't worry about finding love. Leo rules the house of romance. You're naturally attractive. Keep your confidence. Finally, I wish everyone who watched this video peace, joy, and blossoming love.